going on, guys? NBA Saturday, 420, maybe a special day for some of you guys, but a special day for all of us who have an interest in the NBA playoffs. The official playoffs, the play-in games are over with. What do we think about these play-in games? Should the NBA just get rid of this shit? I mean, why are we even doing this if they're not going to be competitive? 2 games, non-competitive, single elimination games to make the playoffs, right? Games that supposed to be super entertaining, like down to the wire, who's going to win? It should be close. Blowouts. Forget the final score. Forget the Bulls losing by 21. Forget the Kings losing by 7 or 8 points. Who cares? They were blowouts. They were non-competitive start to finish. The teams that were actually crippled without their best player easily handled the other teams. Crazy. I mean, if we're going to lose bets, no problem. Out of every 100 bets I make, I lose a lot of them, about 40 of them. Playoffs, and I guess Cancun just sounds a whole lot better than making the playoffs. So let's get into the games that actually count today. Let's go ahead and start with this first one. By the way, real quick, guys, if you are new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button and drop a like on today's video. I'll be doing a video every single day for the NBA playoffs. So let's get into game number 1, my actual least favorite game out of all 4 games today. Magic and the Cavs, kind of conflicting styles here. Probably a low-scoring game. I'm not even sure if we get to 200 points here. Pretty healthy teams. The injury reports look good for both sides. I really don't have an opinion here, guys. I have pretty good opinions on the next 3. This one, what are we doing here? 4.5 points. Probably side with the Magic getting the points in what should be a low-scoring grind-out game that hopefully, please cross our fingers, maybe there'll actually be some sign of life in the playoffs in terms of defense, because those play-in games, I mean, those should have been absolute down to the wire. Someone's got to get in the playoffs. Who's got the grit? Who's got the last push to get over the hump? Nope, complete blowout. So hopefully we'll get some defense in some of these games here. I'm going to lean Magic. I think they can win this game outright. But they haven't been playing their best basketball down the stretch. Really, really ugly in probably their last 10 or 11 games. They were one of the most profitable teams covering the spread through most of the regular season. This isn't the regular season. Next game. Suns T-Wolves. Totally conflicting styles. Okay, this game is purely, what do you think? Are the Suns going to make their three-pointers and jumpers? If you say yes, if you're going to answer that question yes, then you bet the Suns. You bet the Suns on the money line. Fuck that 2 points. If the Suns' shots from mid-range and outside are going down, and those are spots that the T-Wolves don't defend. If KD, Booker, Beal, Grayson Allen, I mean, some of the other guys, if the shots are falling for the Suns, and they have been, the Suns have been playing their best basketball down the stretch, really good numbers. They've actually owned the same Timberwolves team. If the shots are falling for the Suns, they win the game outright. The Timberwolves have no interest in that. They're all inside. They're going to score inside. They're going to defend inside. So this is a game where even though the spread is only 2 points, this could be a complete blowout. If this is a game where KD and Booker, they just can't quite get it together, the shots they're just not clicking, they're just not falling. It just seems to bounce off the rim every time. If it's one of those games for the Suns, the Timberwolves are going to win by double digits, like very, very easily. They're going to do whatever they want inside. Cat is back for the T-Wolves as well. That's going to help. That's going to give them a boost. Love Ant. He's one of my favorite players. Obviously, we know Gobert on the inside. This is just so conflicting. I mean, this is a hard one to predict because it's purely going to fall on the shoulders of the Suns shooting. Okay. If you could even assure me right now that the Suns are going to shoot 41%, 39% in terms of mid-range and outside shots, I'm going to lean Suns here. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think the defense from the Timberwolves, if they have to, it'll expand just a little bit. They're not totally just going to own the paint. I think it'll expand just enough to at least make some contested shots on the outside. And look, these players for the Suns, they've been playing great. The Suns look great down the stretch here. They're playing their best basketball of the year. It seems like the stars are kind of aligning for the Suns, who are kind of off the radar for as good as a roster as they have offensively. But this is a shot contest. And if they fall, they're going to win. They're going to win the series if the shots fall here. But if they have a tough time shooting those threes and those pull-up jumpers, this could be a quick series. This could be 4-1. I'm going to go ahead and lean with the home team. I'm going to just cross my fingers and assume. It's so hard to because of the way the NBA's been over the past few days. It just looks like the All-Star game. I mean, these should really be competitive, gritty, every ounce of energy you got games. I mean, you're paid millions of dollars, and now this is when it counts, right? Playoffs, and the defense has just been nowhere on planet Earth. It's like a mini All-Star game. So I'm assuming the Timberwolves are going to crank up the defense a little bit. They're going to do whatever they want on the inside. So I know what I'm going to get on the scoreboard from the T-Wolves. The Suns are a mystery. If the shots fall, the Suns win. If they don't fall at a high rate, they're going to lose. Next game here, we got the Sixers, the Knicks. This one's very hard to predict because of the question mark Joel Embiid. What is his? I mean, if we're talking a 0 to a 100 scale in terms of health, where are we putting Joel Embiid? I'm going to guess that they might even pull him. I mean, if this game is off to a rough start, if it kind of feels like the Knicks just have this one, maybe the Sixers just pull Embiid and say, screw it. And this could be a close game or a semi-competitive game through 3 quarters. And then if they kind of pull Embiid, or Embiid's he's not feeling himself, or he's just having a rough game, it just doesn't look like he's healthy enough to be on the floor, and they pull him off, the Knicks could easily extend this from just a constant margin, back and forth of 2 to 6 points, kind of a generally competitive game throughout, 2 or 3 quarters. And it could just balloon. It could just balloon up to 15 in the fourth quarter. I'm going to go with the Knicks. Here. The 76ers were extremely lucky to get by the Heat. It took a dinosaur, Nicholas Batum, absolutely raining 3-pointers and even playing some defense for them to get by the Miami Heat, who I know Jimmy Butler played for almost all of that game, but he was limping around. He was almost useless. He showed some grit and he made some tough shots, but that was not even a healthy Jimmy. So I'm just not in love with the 76ers right now. I think they've kind of overachieved. This is a rivalry. The Knicks haven't had this type of expectation or hope in the postseason in a while. I think the energy and overall home court advantage, Robinson, Hartenstein, they got some size down there. Even if Embiid does play the entire duration of the game, they could slow him down. They'll never stop him, but they could slow him down. I think Brunson is the best player on the entire floor right now with an Embiid that's less than 100%. I'll take Brunson as the number 1 player. So home court, game 1 of the series. The Sixers had to play one of the play-in games, so the Knicks are a little bit more fresh. They have the best player on the floor in Brunson. Coaching advantage, that goes to the 76ers. That's a concern. But I don't expect Nicholas Batum to continue that shooting. I almost couldn't speak there. I just cannot. It was crazy to see Nicholas Batum shoot like that. So I'm going to go Knicks here. I'll lay the 3 points. The money line, I'll double check, guys. I don't think it's quite reasonable enough to go on the money line here. I think it's minus 154. 154, man. That hurts. That's too steep for me. I'll lay the points. -3 right now is minus 110 odds. And I know I've had the total up on these little graphics, but no play on the total here just because of the question marks in these games so far. And then we got the Lakers and the Nuggets. So the Lakers against this Nuggets team actually have pretty good numbers, especially in the postseason in terms of covering the number. And that's why I'm here. That's what this prediction's about. It's a spread prediction. Look, the Nuggets, I think we're going to get the Kansas City Chiefs effect. So what do I mean by that? I think the Nuggets are kind of to that level with the Chiefs in football to where how much do they really even care about regular season? We saw it with the Chiefs. They're like, whatever, we don't need home field. We don't need the number 1 seed. We saw the Nuggets do something similar. They had it in the bag, gave it away, acted like it wasn't even that important. They didn't show a huge emphasis on having that number 1 seed. So it's almost like, are we about to see a Nuggets team today on Saturday that's like, whoa, This team even looks wildly better than the regular season Nuggets that still dominated most of the regular season. I think we might get that kind of a thing here. The Lakers, an aged LeBron, AD, they've never been able to stop the Nuggets on the inside. I know the 3-point shooting here. D'Lo, Reeves is Dinwiddie. There's going to be some wild card players that are going to need pretty big games. Maybe an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 level performance for this to be competitive and to stay within the 7 points. It's not going to be AD. It's not going to be Brown. It's not going to be D'Lo. It's going to be Hachimura. It's going to be Dinwiddie. It's going to be Reeves. That's how this game and this series might actually have a little bit of competition to it. I think what we're going to get with the Nuggets here. I really do think they're going to come to life. I think the energy will be good. I think the fans will show up. I like the coaching advantage for the Nuggets significantly. Environment advantage significant here for the Nuggets. Experience factors about even on both sides. At a number of 7, it's close. And actually in today's video, I still can't do it. I'm going to go ahead and lay the 7. It's been 7.5, 7, 7.5. It's kind of bouncing around, which kind of shows that the books are, I mean, it's an accurate number. I have no doubt that the Nuggets are probably going to win this game by somewhere between 3 and 10 points. You guys could look at the odds of the Nuggets to specifically win this game by between 1 and 10 for a plus money wager. Maybe that's something to consider. I'm going to lay the 7 if I have to pick a side here in this Nuggets game. I just kind of feel like this Nuggets team just didn't really care, man. Joker, we already know how casual he is. He's happy when the game's end. He gets to go home or whatever he's doing there in his normal life. I think this team comes to life. I think they took the regular season pretty casual. Didn't have Murray for a fair amount of those games. They're healthy. They're at home. Game 1 of the series. I think they set the tone here. I'm going to lay the 7 points with the Nuggets, and I'm going to probably look at the over because I think the Nuggets are going to get whatever they want on the inside. I think the Lakers are going to shoot the jump shot pretty good. They could definitely score late if the margin's a little bit emphasized. And both teams fairly good from the free throw line. And the Lakers get to the free throw line quite a bit. So lean over the total at 224 and lean to the Nuggets -7. Of course, if you guys want to know, out of all 4 of these games and the MLB games, you guys see on the bottom of the screen there, on a pretty good little 3-day run in the MLB. If you do want to know my official plays for Saturday or Sunday or any day, hop on the website, grab a package, a week, a month, whatever you want to do. It's super affordable. $30 for a week, $90 for a month. You'll know all of my picks every single day. They'll be texted right to you. So something to consider if you're looking to bet on a little bit more of a serious, a little bit of a more serious fashion, I guess you could say. Let's go ahead and update this whiteboard. Let me update this real quick. All right, guys, I think we're going to get to 2-2. I'll update the record, update the whiteboard. Let's cash this one. Let's move on. Let's go. I'm going to go with the Knicks. I'm going to go with New York -3. That's the free play. That's the whiteboard winner, as you guys like to call it here on the channel for Saturday. Of course, I'll have a video for all the Sunday games. So again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments below your favorite pick out of all these 4 games. I'll catch you guys in the next video.